Magnus grunted internally as he lifted his left leg up onto the footrest under his desk. It ached ferociously, a remnant of when it had nearly been completely shredded off his body. Trying not to go down memory lane, he unlocked his computer to see what he had in front of him for the day. The solid steps of combat boots got his head to snap up to find the person wearing them. The bullpen was normal, except for a single person who was glaringly out of place. She was out of place because of her shoes, because they wouldn't go with the suit she wore. Glancing down at her feet, he froze. She was wearing sneakers, not combat boots, yet the sound of boots was still coming closer as she approached. Jerking his eyes up her body, he automatically took in the information he might need.
5'6", dark blue suit, black sneakers, maybe bulge under her arm for a shoulder holster and... Huh?
Her plain, unremarkable face was the epitome of the average white woman. Dark brown hair topped her head, but it was cut at shoulder length. Muddy brown eyes scanned her surroundings, but didn't stand out until she looked right at him. Then they were sharp and pointed. She was marking threats, just like he did when entering a room, and she walked as if unafraid of anything in the area.
Fed.
Magnus thought as she went straight to the captain's door. Shaking his head, he dismissed the unnamed woman. He had a new case to handle. It was an odd one. The victim had been torn apart by dogs, but there had been clear B&E evidence, so it was being handled as a murder, landing it on his desk. A single witness, Greg Hicken, had left a message late last night. The older man's tone had been shaky and fearful, but didn't give Magnus any solid information. Magnus had come in to make sure he knew the facts about the murder before he went to talk to Hicken.
Hey, Patty!
Scott asked, wheeling his chair over to Magnus's desk.
How's the leprechaun leg? Not in the mood today, Brown. Fine.
Scott shrugged.
Your accent gets thicker when you get grumpy and angry, you know that, right? I've been told.
Magnus said flatly. His light Irish accent had gotten him comments his entire life.
Anyway, you hear the news? Just got in today, so no. Came from my doctor's office, so I missed the roundup. You see the Phoebe? Shit, she really is a Fed? Yep. The rumor is that she's going to pull the McKesson case.
Magnus chewed his lip. If that was true, she'd need him to hand shit over because it was currently his case.
Cover for me. I'm headed out. What? Where? Witness called in on that case. I'm going to go interview him before it gets lost in the Fed shuffle. Better hurry then. Doubt the captain's going to give her the runaround. See you later.
Magnus said, getting up and hurrying out, his slight limp slowing him more than he'd like. As he went past Scott's desk, he accidentally tapped the plaque off it, so Detective S. Brown took a tumble to the floor.
Oops.
Magnus said as he kept going.
Asshole!
Scott laughed after him. Magnus was in his unmarked car and on his way before anyone could call him back. When his phone rang, he let it go to voicemail. He was sure it was Captain Gray telling him to report to the station. That would throw his little game out the window, so he just kept going. He used his private cell phone to get directions to the witness's house. He wasn't enthused with it being on the fringe of downtown. Naked City, as downtown was colorfully referred to, wasn't a great place. It earned the moniker originally because of the nearly naked prostitutes that took up every corner, but that had evolved to mean the naked face of humanity. If you had the cash and the guts to walk the streets, you could find just about anything you'd want. For a price. The house was squished in alongside its neighbors. None of them looked to be in good condition, but with the people who called the area home living paycheck to paycheck, if they were lucky, that wasn't surprising. Every place had bars on the windows and security gates in front of the doors. The cars that were parked on the street were beaters that probably couldn't pass smog, and half didn't even have plates on them, much less registration. A little down the block was a different story. A house stood out because it was freshly painted, plus it had 2 big black SUVs parked out in front. A couple of hard-eyed men leaned against the fence to the yard with the confidence of gangbangers on their own turf.
Murder was 2 blocks over.
Magnus thought.
Makes me wonder what Hicken was doing over there at that time of night.
Parking his car in front of the witness's driveway, he got out. The moment he did, he was apprehensive.